Hey guys, and welcome to episode 44 of How I Made My First $1 Million. Today we are looking at the numbers from May 1st, 2024. So let's dive in. Start with the balance sheet as usual. Assets coming in at 74,000. Those are down 7, almost 8,000 from last month. Liabilities 45,000 unchanged. Net worth is down 7, almost $8,000. But there's a good reason for that. You will see why. All right, what happened? Cash basically the same. Gold and silver went up a tiny bit. Bitcoin down basically 8,000. So yeah. Okay, so Bitcoin was down more than assets overall. So if it weren't for Bitcoin, assets would have gone up, net worth would have gone up. Okay, but the Bitcoin position is kind of small, shouldn't be relying on it anyways. What else is going on? Well, I will tell you in just a second. Let's look at the chart here. Got another data point. I always enjoy seeing these. All right, so 29.3. And yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to just keep going up in a straight line, but doesn't always happen that way. I think it will smooth out in the long run. So anyways, that's what it looks like. Maybe it's not that exciting. Let's go to the income statement. All right, so what actually happened here? Revenues were down, but this is understandable. It's also expected. I mean, this is basically my normal monthly salary. It fluctuates based on how many days are in the month, or how many work days are in the month. Revenues were down a lot. Okay, I mentioned last month I basically got 2 paychecks in the same month plus an annual bonus. So that's why that was so large. Ordinarily, it should look like this basically every month. This stuff isn't really worth commenting on. Okay, so revenue was down to a normal number. Why did expenses go up $3,000? This is the real question. Okay, spent a lot more on food. Significantly more, like basically 50% more actually. Travel and adventure. Okay, so this went up, call it 1,300 or 1,250-ish. Why? Basically, I bought a plane ticket and hotel and all that stuff to go to Puerto Rico, which I'll explain in just a second. I also paid significantly more in taxes. Paid federal income tax. All things considered, that's a pretty low amount of tax to pay, but I also didn't make very much money last year, so you win some, you lose some. Anyways, gifts. I also sent $1,000 to my friend in India, and it cost $13 to send it. So that was actually a fairly reasonable fee. And I did not buy any more investments. Okay, so that's the net change here. It's mostly taxes and travel and gifts. Okay. So anyways, that is that. That's the income statement. Let's look at cash flows. Okay, still a positive operating cash flow. So that's basically a sort of like a profit, but net cash inflow. So yeah, 8,400 from employment, spent a bunch, paid a bunch of taxes. Yep. And no investing flows. Okay, we see that. And then the financing, this is basically the gift. So yeah, a net decrease in cash. Yeah, no surprises here. So I'm not worried about this. Not at all. All right, let's do the updates. So what else is going on? Well, I'm still relending on Kiva until I reach the 99th percentile. So that's fine. I mentioned a minute ago I sent $1,000 via Western Union for only a $13 fee. So I thought the fees for Western Union were much higher, like 20% or 30%, depending on the country you're sending it to. I guess that's wrong. I mean, this is 1.3%. So I don't know where I was getting that from. Just anecdotal stories from years ago, and maybe at some point that was the case, but not now. Vegetable garden winding down for the summer. We are going to be going to New York for 2 or 3 months, so we're not going to be planting anything until we get back. Relationship with body. I mean, honestly, all this stuff doesn't need comment, but I did do yoga 11 times in the last 30 days, which is kind of a lot. 2 of them were only like lazy yoga, but anyways, that's a lot. What else happened? Well, my mother came to visit for almost a week. That's part of the reason I spent so much more on food. But that's just what it is. Really great to see her. I don't get to see her enough. But when I go up to New York for the summer, I'll see her all the time. Softball practice is still happening. Soccer games, basically soccer, the Thursday night, the Thursday night league ended and a Sunday league started. And the Sunday league is full field, 11 on 11. Whereas Thursdays was 7 on 7, smaller field. So we've had, in my first game of 11 on 11s, full field, I scored a goal, which was super exciting because I'm not that good of a soccer player, especially compared to everyone else. But that was really fun. And my team got shut out the first 3 games before I was there, and then we got shut out after I arrived, with the exception of the game where I scored a goal. So, yeah, interesting meeting people and hanging out with them. That's very exciting. Occasional friend Zooms, yes, still working. And like I said a minute ago, I went to Puerto Rico to visit Mike Maloney. So I've been working with him for over 5 years, and it's all been remote. I haven't actually met him until earlier in the month, and I have a picture of it right here. There he is, me and Mike. Wonderful. So you guys can enjoy that photo while I finish out the updates here. Okay, what else? Relationship with self. I did a 12-hour walk. So early in April, I did a 12-hour walk. Just walked around locally, spent the whole day. That's my second one. And I walked a total of 33 miles, which is basically just like the first one. What did I learn? I don't know. I don't know. There's an idea in yoga. So I do yoga a lot. And the word yoga means union. It's like the union of all different energies. And it's not, like, the point of yoga isn't like stretching. The point is the union of all energies in your life, not just for the hour you're on the mat. And so the union of all energies, and there's basic principles like taking your yoga off the mat. So anything you do in yoga, take it off the mat. Anything you learn, take it off the mat into the rest of your life. That's the whole point. So one of the things is to breathe through it. Anything you're doing, just breathe through it, one breath at a time. And that is something I use during the 12-hour walk. When my feet hurt, my knees and my back and whatever else, like everything aches. And it, like, every step, like, impacts your bones, like, really deep. It's just like, breathe through it. Breathe through it one step at a time. So anyways, I tried to take my yoga off the mat and just breathe through it. I mean, it's really not like that hard of a thing, but I don't know. I'll probably end up doing it again, but I don't know. I guess I wanted to have, like, more of a, like, deep insight or some kind of flash of inspiration, and that didn't happen. It was just like, yeah, breathe through it one step at a time, and you can do big things in small steps, I guess. Anyways, frequent informal meditation. I do think about my thoughts all the time. I just kind of paused reading on these books. I picked up reading these books. I didn't really do a lot of typing of these books. I got busy with traveling to Puerto Rico and hosting my mom and a couple other things. It was hard to find a rhythm with some of these things, so they're just on pause. Chess. I do watch chess videos a lot. That's my main source of entertainment and leisure, I would say. Played a little bit of Minecraft. Just a little. Just a couple hours. Okay, how am I thinking? How am I feeling? What am I doing? I'm thinking the same thing that I say that I'm thinking, seems like at the end of every video, which is your thoughts are so unbelievably important. Like, your thoughts will shape your reality. I mean, that's basically the premise of this book. But it's not like I've come to believe that because of that book. It's that everything is consistent with that. And there's nothing that's inconsistent with that. So anyways, I think your thoughts are just the most important thing in your life. Just like, what do you think? What do you think about yourself? What do you think about the people around you? What do you think about your finances? What do you think about your own happiness, your health? That's the most important thing. And you got to have positive thoughts. So that is what I'm thinking about pretty much more than anything else, is my own thoughts and the thoughts of other people, the people who think they're in tough spots in life, to think that they think that everything works against them, or that, certain people are always, fill in the blank. And it's like, yeah, well, you think that, and so that's your reality. And so I think about that all the time. And it's like, you don't have to think that. You can think that life is whatever. You can think that you're a lucky person. You can think that everything just goes your way. You can think that for some reason you just have all the money you need to do everything. You can think that people are always nice to you. You can just think that. And then it starts to be your reality. So that's what I'm thinking. All right, how am I feeling? I'm feeling blessed that I am aware of this. Number one. Feeling grateful for all the things in my life. And I'm feeling somewhat, I don't know, daunted, somewhat, well, I have like a nervous excitement, and I feel a little bit daunted by the opportunities that are coming to me. But there's no reason to feel that way. Another thing I'm trying to think is that everything is a game. Everything in life is a play. It's a play. We're just playing at everything. So, yeah, you can play at your job. You can play in your family. You can play at being a parent, being just anything. Play at being a YouTuber. It's a game. It's a play. And you can have fun with it. And nothing has to feel heavy. Absolutely nothing. So I'm trying to get there. I'm not quite there, but I'm trying to get there. And what else am I doing? I think I've basically said everything I'm doing. Am I doing anything else? I mean, I played guitar once last month. I didn't write that down. But, it doesn't matter. This is all what I'm doing. Focusing on thoughts, feelings, work. And I spend a lot of time thinking about what story do I want to tell? Like, what memories do I want to have? Because some of the greatest sources of pleasure are like remembering things I've done in the past, either alone or with other people, or just reflecting on things like, oh yeah, that time, that was really fun. And it's like you can deliberately create memories. so I'm doing that. I'm deliberately creating memories, saying, hey, it would be fun if we whatever, and I just do it. So that is that. So I'll leave it there. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next month.